in the context ya ukamba witu, first of all ni nena ta the National Organizing Secretary kana muandiki munene mukwatanithia wa chama gila kitongoete katika nthi yitu ya Kenya. Na nasi of course ni muko na a lot of theatrics here and there. Sindo itingeni nondo ando amene mwe cinema isi ndo isu sia cinema, it is normal that they will do those things. Lakini wisekana there is no fundamental difference between us. Nondo chambe ni lazima to recognize kwa mfano and I want to quote for instance tonight na maomba no mana they were recently na nimeonio the other day to inaomba no. First of all ni important to understand kana Mutua for instance ni wito wa Kenya kwanza, lakini wito wa Kenya kwanza ona tu interest twake twa chap chake na KAWAYA ni a big player katika serikali, ni wa Kenya kwanza na interest ya kwani kukwata nyando through a bigger picture vehicle ite tribal. Chama kila ni National Organizing Secretary kina yumbembe wa maanaeli na kono lazima dipul ngali kwa muwa chama chake cha ndweli no lazima wewe no kwenda kwikia bidii nundu probably ni mwezi kwesi amambingi tumia wanu ndo ako negotiate either ni wezi chama kitaeteta mundu maybe probably ndaka kwata mwana wewe ndaingi na and therefore difference simu sio ni fabricated ni kwethia kana payumba na uende wa ni KAWAYA wa Kenya kwanza ukaya maunene ya President William Ruto na wa mino inene ya yulwa chama kila ruling na the same at the same time inde ukethia kwa mfano Mutua ya kiaomba no kunene ya kidogo Kenya kwanza lakini interest yake la nene ni kunene ya chap kila chake. And it is very important also kwa Mutua ku realize that he is now a CS and we wish him well. Na tuina interest ya kumunya as a CS, he should focus na maundu makwe CS na kupush also policies ya serikali na also kusupport President William Ruto. Lakini undu watu wa matoto nini, if indeed he supports the president fully, then baina kituma maka andweli kata foldiwa edwa chama kinene ni munonie the other day what Musali has done. It just tells you that if somebody is not willing to fall chama cha ndweli and another motive. Na nicho wona nduki kitu kitawacha ukwatania nduki thwaki very very elusive. Ni kwithia there is always that other interest. Ukane na wimi na yase tuendaika maundu ina chap which means that you are more focused on your party, small party, than the actual bigger agenda. Na kwa oni ma encourage and waondeka na yes we want to work together, but let us also be realistic. Let us have one vehicle which is a national vehicle. Teacher macha ndwele mokamba we woka and then itweka unit national party yuko compete na chama cha UDA. Ende na tunasi kana respect is earned na ideta ala tukalete serikali ni na o serikali ni tikukala muno ni even ko sawi walilia serikali wa William Ruto. We are players nundu, we actually formed the government na need to invite it and waingi including the likes of Mutua and all those because we want to work as a team, but also tikasie a bigger picture. Umundi kadhani waka omba no andweli atatu na wae maomba no flop. You saw what the former governor who is now a CS Mutua did and akuitandu na mituke but because people know there is another agenda, unfortunately it could not be mobilized and masilikale maapie katika umba nosu umba nolatu ina uo iso umba nosu ina attendance ya almost every other player, every other senior government officer. Tuina all the PSs maito, tuina commissioners maito, tuina ambassadors, tuina chairs of parastatals, tuina directors, tuina every other player wala within katika senior government, and they do not need to be forced. And as well tunaise tuina umba no, they came without being forced. No kupost tuna ndo asema yeta mwene pata mundu kuforcewa. Wale maumba no angini mamundu kakoni wasimo maana 5. Kenda weza kwitikila nuka no kwithia kana ni kindu cha uforce wa kuthi na kindu cha muthembo sikitona kuthukuma ni kwithia kana even those people we are working with ni lazima to understand kana benzia ya ku handle leaders. Tukamandol na kibuthia, tukamandol na kuona nyatawe no nene mwingi, that is going to flop. And in any case kila important ndo na kuweta. And again, as a national organizing sector, and wala on that in a more ukamba ni witu me na different positions manenge to ni President William Ruto. Payo mwe unenge to position ita wa ya supervise langi. Kila mundu anenge to position a deliver in that particular position. Kwa Mutua we wageti wa kukulia ndo langi kana kwa makulia maele meki data we wake nukutonya andiki tandumiana hata because is the CS labor. Na ndio inapata wa kuita ma youth ba ukamete na kubomasi umasomedi ayondu mabuyo ya apply yawa alameenda usome wenda usome matuko yako ina technology na kindu kita wa AI actually we need opanjini sindo ikwa chat GPT ningu mutumia app yesu a download na inenga metumiwa online ma wamina kwekio wa kulia chat GPT ni artificial intelligence we apply hata yosabia nenga kila kindu kilo need uthi kwa Mutua kwa mfano niko thi unewa wea tiko thi utagondo we apply and this is where we are getting it wrong. Kwa the I am a senior government officer, everybody knows katika Okamba my position, but I do not misuse this particular position. I ni bulldoze andwa langi no, I am trying to do my effort katika position ila nenge to nyemwene nambe udeliver bau nambe kuona nyata nie kawaya kenda ni ya langi meke nikitata na no ni ngwetikala ngulwa nikitata no ndo monde matu yende na street lighting program ikitwa courtesy ya Kawaya kutumia ofisi wa Musumbe walilake soko wa Katangi the same we are doing street lighting program matu not matu I mentioned matu ekalakala we are doing the same Masinga we are doing the same Mitaboni we are doing the same Bandwe Kadhiani we are doing the same waliona kuya Kambo Makuweni we are doing the same Darajani Okuma Kuweni we are doing the same Wote we are doing the same Tala we are doing the same Kinyoi we are doing the same street lighting programs Mwinge West tuna program not west but central tuna program ya street lighting na across Ukamba wito ni utalanya projects kabika more than 50 na even as we speak constituencies sito nondo ninye chairman wa energy katika bunge yito ya Kenya there are many programs lani ki yekenda akamba maitu with ni matetheka stima kwisila kwa our elected leaders and therefore those are the things we want with the kila mundu ni accountable where they are but not supervising others waambia supervise others nicho uno ita umbano uketa umbano uko kandwele uko kandwa tatu na oyambia yando mega kuna visa mona nikana umbano ni muthei decision ya ku fold chama chap the moko ni ma Mutua but without any fear of contradiction it is the intention ya president that twamatoto muthemba wa twamatoto Mutua twaile ukonzwa nundu they represent nothing but the same tribal politics ila twenda run away from the greater unity ni la twabika bandu bamoto anena na wasiomwe actually the big divisions ila muona ni kwithia kana tuumba no ni umwe mundu umwe inena chap no lazima nganena the ruling party and therefore the division itself actually la ukona is about parties division ila ukona bayo ndonge ndo idho that we Kenya kwanza nobody has a problem with that and therefore the problem I have as a person is that I know the intention of the president iko that twamato twamudhembo and in person he has even mentioned to the members of parliament serving even in Chap that it is only fair that to the komemwe if we mean well kedha no trust ya Musumbe while mu trust fully kana edha no ubita nake na bedha ba challenge idho na challenge nake lakini tikwithia kukuma kuiba na kukula kungi kuibaya and therefore if Mutua doesn't heed to that then obviously that decision is not within my hands alone. It is a decision to be made by our party leader who is the president and who is also the appointing authority but either no thukumu no kesa kwithia kana mundu no kutabwa ni boss wake lakini nde kwiwa and out there there is huge pretense that what they are doing is totally the right thing when it is actually not. And therefore, I also serve as a party, as a party national organizing secretary. And as a party, we have tuosheria ila sito. Na tuinabikia bandu ba as a party tukazia and wala matenda ufolisi ya masio. This is the guidelines. And therefore, when we get to that, me awela tuka apply kwa alange mamudhembo sio tuka apply kwa chap without any exception. Na the other question you've asked is about maomba no Mutua. If they continue, we want them to continue because those chap meetings, if they talk about president, it is fine. But if they will continue talking about chap, then obviously that becomes conflict of interest, because as a CS, you're not supposed to be spearheading your small interest. You're supposed to spearhead the national interest, and also realize that there is extent to which you can participate in certain nature of politics. In fact, kwa the way CS, siasa ila waelo kuna no sia muzumbe peke yake. Ndo ile the way CS na kwa the way siasa ingi uko na sia ku separate baya. Kiendo kila waelo uka via off kidogo. Ni kunena onabea muzumbe walilotu inagenda enda tu siasa tu tuinge onakuma kwa chiefs na kuma kwa ndwalangi. Lakini you have seen some CSs do a bit of politics. Lakini siasa ila meka ni siasa sia support muzumbe. Ende siasa ingi sia kweli aba we na musumbeni, lakini au tumoke kindu utumia kindu kunena sindu sia chap. That one is obviously wrong. It is up to him to decide on how to handle future meetings. Our meetings are not of those nature. First of all, I'm a politician, ni elected member of parliament, na ilonena siasa everywhere. Mwala, Ukambani, Kenya, because I'm the national organizing sector, ni mubunguya mumosu katika Kenya yonde kweka kiu. Ando ange maibunguyo mabunguyo mwana waothi unenga na mawia. Alama andike siana situ maneno sio wa musumbe kenda musumbe kwa tekebela kingi na maitwe kia mondo alama ange masiasa. But it is up to them to continue doing those things. Of course, we are slowly learning. Na munonie musalia the direction he took, I would want to advise the others to take the same route. Whether unonengeto we are ndwe sure keloenda and ndwe see even the path to what you want. That brings confusion ila uko na yena Mutua. Whether wende sure ila kwenda. The big question is kwa Mutua is Kalonzo an opponent or proponent, or what is he, for instance? And therefore nicho kuwa na hiyo mbanoni, but because he's scared, doesn't know even what the crowd is supposed to say. He starts by appeasing, by talking about other people, and that confusion comes in when you are absent. You don't know what the ground is saying. Omuntu na umela bantu ndio need ku appease mundu ni umayema ni umeta yema nundu neze palani makwata ona that mundu tipo kwenda, that is the route we must go. Lakini yuke tho mundu wogela wambia otabia ndoi hey Kalonzo ne wendai yai na Kalonzo okele kuna serikali la uandikitwe niyo. What are you telling us? Wogela asi Kalonzo kwata what we serve Kalonzo kana we serve president. And I have no problem with Kalonzo personally, but I have also no business mentioning anywhere in my programs. And therefore, I think it just shows that he is ahead. Ndiye weani kabisa pa ukwete. We all ukwete ni 2027. Atona kumobilize atando kenda o kainge with one or two people utona utumia ku negotiate kukwata another position. That is ni lanzi ya kutumia andu kenda with any wakwata position. And even this business ya ukwata nyandu, I don't know why is it necessary. Unduwa utindi wakwata nyakamba akamba mekwata no mabiwako. Umunde ya Kalonzo akwati yo ukwata nyakamba. Mutua endo ukwata nyakamba. Kawaya ende na ukwata nyakamba. Simu za endo ukwata nyakamba. Mekwata no mabiwako. Akamba no mane wa maendeleo. Lakini the question is always mekwata no mekata. You ndu wenda makwata ne malike chap ye. Wenda makwata ne malike waipa hii. Kana wendando makwata ne manewe maendeleo. Nyo munde ni endando makwata ne me small groups makwata ne me ani enough balaba nenga wa transformer. Imanenge transformer. Angi mekwata nyando mama biyako. Eka siasa. This business ya ukwata nyando is not what we are after. We are in the business of mobilizing people to manenge development na maitunenga kuta situ na sia musumbi ibinda ila yokete. Tuendo kwate nyando nenge maki ni tumanenge tumamobilize tumanenge miradi kedha ni ando kikundi kwate ene kiendo tetyo edha ni area a certain village kana a certain constituency tu isi damu na tukenza damu yesu ni atethya andu asima kwata kiwu wa witu ni matunenge environment ila ile tutoka menzi ya damu yesu na timesu ba matunenge kura kukwatanya kukunge kuino business nundu no kukwata na gwena ngei na kwata ni kwata ni kwethia ni kwa problem na neza kwethia actually it doesn't not even make a lot of sense, because everybody talking about unity is just talking about politics. It is wanting the people to themselves. What you want, if you want people, want them in exchange for something. Nenga ndo maendeleo, no imezubi abau maunenge kivela, kana maunenge support. And therefore, as government officials, senior government officials, katika region yito yokamba, na ala tunakomanite, we are wito la tuenaguo, ni ku-identify miradi yo, ndela tuende siye ground, nelengi katika pipeline, tuthenge mwene nde tumwe tuyanze yeki, beki ngi chukite, tuenda tumunenge, na tuamina, tuimuzuba mutunenge kuda siya musumbi. That is what we want. So, you know, first of all, in our meeting, there was no way tonight to make Mutua a subject because he's neither here nor there. We focused on our main agenda without politics at that particular point. Once again, I repeat, once you are CS, you must refrain from talking politics. The politics you should talk, politics, it should be politics of the government agenda, because in doing so you are also selling the president. But right now what kila tuweze tuiona ni Mutua ainene ya muno yolo ayo opposition be wa serikali wogela ombano ni wazia Kalonzo anewendaya muzumbe umangwa kile vinda yona umangwa nginando makasa obaseto masanduko coffins na ndo azia muzumbe anewendaya. So who are you serving? And therefore now, some of those things we consider as a party, because I'm looking at the bigger picture, not just Okamba and Wiwoka, but Lilia miendele ya CS Mutua. It is more pushing to the opposition and kwenda iskana kufurahisha opposition kwenda kufurahisha serikali loko dhukuma. Na for obvious reason. Mutua esilia kana akambala probably utaona snatch na ala mendi ni wa wiper. Walilio monde we managed at 28% to 30% support to William Ruto in the last election. He knows that there is another fraction. Ile in a wiper needs over 70%. Cannot meet 70%. He wants a share of this 70% to himself, not to the president. And one of his ways is to appease Kalonzo instead of the president, who is not interested in the 30%. He's interested in Kalonzo's 70%. And that was by appeasing some of those people. But for himself, not for us, not for the bigger picture of the Kenya Kwanza. Now, this kind of politics must be condemned. And I want to assure you, we are monitoring closely as a party. Some of these characters who are using these positions to fight for their own personal interest, it is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. Yeah. But there are people who have served as CSs and now they are home. At some point, even the cabinet, they okay. Nundu wangu yo yuko na sina Mutua. Eki the onenge tokipila. Nambe weamba umina mwaka muhima kana miaka ya luta umila ukamba. Naweza kumila. Uyuka uneni ya Kalonzo ne wendai ya. Uyuka uneni ya Chap. Na uyuka ye mwako madhei. Utakuita mawea mazi na zitu na we minister wa labor nuo ungamia mawea. Uyuka badhei. Unae tourism. Uyuka paika indu na kabisa kama kawa munu. Kanaka kuwe Mombasa witho wa monize ka link ka mabisa monu madhogwa. Uyuka imoko madhei na wako itu ya. Kalonzo ne wendai ya. Tote ziruto wailo ne wendai ya. No, I expect business to be everything to be business as usual. It will not. There's a good political environment. Nebungwa amiana kenda president atembe bandu. Wona president yana interest ya usethi bandu. Nikithi akana andu asume na open hands, they want to receive the president. And if we wanted the president to visit us as soon as next week, I'm sure the president will visit us. But would it be timely? Would it achieve the intended purpose to its fullest? And therefore, nichongwenda tukwata na ithionde with it in wasiomwe utewo seleke. Wasio tewo seleke ukethia twiba tuende tenene tondumwe lakini weba abe twindo twakuthosya kando. Tuneno ndumwe wa wasiomwe na mchongo chonde twambe kwikia agenda ni imwe ya President William Ruto ya kumana undu manifesto yake yaile kuimplementiwa. Undu blueprint yake yaile kuimplementiwa. Tunene tuna wasiomwe, and this is a meeting we started. Meeting yetu nanze bring it 90%. Actually, it was 95% of all the government officials. If we are together as 95%, This 5%, if they want to go waende na potelea huko na wazimu, it's okay. But we are going to proceed. And this team is going to create the necessary environment, both political and development-wise, for the president to visit the region. The president is more than willing to visit this region. In fact, kudelay kwa Muzumbe kuka katika Kisio Kito, it has nothing to do with the projects themselves, because there are so many projects. Nengi wenda umbia project yende kwa ya 1.3 billion is not a project worth opening by the president. It is more than worth. Wenda umbia lelu advertised you a quick tarmac is not a project worth opening by the president. Even my college la Muzumbe umwena mbakite, it's not yet even opened. Mwala, we are building a talent academy through the government. The Masi has been selected as the Center Center of Excellence for ICT. I am telling you, even 2 constituencies, Muzumbe noge, ayesa kuma mwala, uge dia mitene lini delile, ay commission, so they are there. And if that is just one constituency, it means across board there are so many other projects. Nimweze quietly wala uende katika uende wake. The markets ila siende na kwakwa in different counties, Makueni and many other places. We wala uende konza ni mwinge within that span. Ni mwinge kwe wala waku na kuma ni previous president kuma ila konza Techno City yambiye kwakwa. So there is a lot that is happening in our region, and therefore what now is required is a climate. Na climate tuni part of what we are doing as a team to create the necessary environment ya receive the president, na also to ensure that Muzumbe ku visit the region is also embraced. Nimwesekana, it is such a sad story. Kwithia kana ni kwisikie Kenya ayukamba ni kuku opposition hayanundu wani Divintu refused na Divintu uno mwezi atinda atianie na Raila na mwezi kalanga sio kwa Raila ku atwithio ku kutwaendie, and therefore don't take opposition ya Kalonzo to be something meaningful. Nundu mwishowe atiania na Raila na mwoni Raila wokie silikalini pe maana maumumi akamba maumie me Kalonzo na meta maumie na nundu na wisikie sawa iko Raila na Raila wesi balo endie ayo kaji sindu itana dhala to kwatianie bandu to belie badai na uyo akwa kana mu na ka wane keleleka tatu manda ndu eti serikali Raila timui na tienda akamba maito moibe na maikatiwe bando kithekani maikewe kana akamba maisirikali ni nundu alatu ikomanite na akamba na tuimbe wa miongo 3 leaders alame na senior positions katika Ukamba. More than that of them we had met, and they are all Kambas. Therefore Kambas are in government. Let us use these positions akamba maito matetheka and ola ingiwona mailiana na serikali moyo makwatie sindu tene, but imeenda usiya mu Ukamba itetheka. Yet there is an opportunity. Mundula ukwatie kiwu Tarejina, mundu Maluki, mundu Muasia, ila moka mekia dam katika village fulani ya Mwenendi. Damu yesu ndina atedia Maluki, ndina atedia Kawaya, ndina atedia Ruto, ni atedia Ndwasu. Let us create this environment. Ikakengo na mundu kunyaki uchanda sana. Theatrics isu ya siasa sia nanenge no nina siewe. Ewa ombanosi utanae onae mioko kanda maulea. Nundwa wo. Wezi wetete ando na makaya makoka. Wetete boma sionde na hivi aboka to mundu twa kigundie mwe. Na lazima ukakwate ni wo, lakini saa ingine important uka calculate details yako. Ikekata kudhata saa ingi kwa nanga nunu ndeto ila inawetiwe bau ni twelo ili lo carefully. First of all kwa Mutua na timu yake kwa asiakana no wote thia ndo alange maitethia alamendi ni wasilikali ni twelo subject to the truth meter na subject chata twendo Mutua tutavie tawe minister wa labor kutethia kwazia no wo matethia atethetie miana ata makakwata mawia. Was he not the same person ona me ende mandikithia oba noni akito mambo kwa manenga story na mwe masomi yezigulu meania so kuyandukana ni wo matethia imaanisha yunundu ni wamina miaka kadhaa serikali ni wale wambomonia amatethetia tajuta minister labor na kamonia ingelo na CS wa tourism ana amatethi ata na and now that will be doing a discussion could make sense angemewa matatethia ta KAWAYA ende na mama kasoma makasi ai matuni nya niende na kwikia stima ngasi aingi katangi ninya niende na kwikia stima ninya niende na kwikia stima soko ile ingi sio ndena weta sio kamba more than 20 markets as we speak siende na kwikiwa ta now therefore even a fool can see that kutethia timu nuka kutethia ni action therefore kila mundu ambe chat chake cha zindu ila wikite mambe twambe kenda tumane no lote thetiana. Number 2 nini zi nundu atusiaza tutu chap tulatu kwa chaka maka kai makate bala kai kabunzwe nicho kuona maithi mumba no nogeza kwithia yuyo no mesilia kana ndo alama cia mane ila ingi mailo baluka kenda mu makabita na mwandala monena neli chumu kapita mweli nyo muthiba nundu silikali la tumutetheze mulikandine mutanatu abo munageti othamia unogia nundu tunaye bo tukasovya silikali yutaika munethia tutevoi mulikilaba yutaika Mutua for instance undu kuboye andu alangi metho mate ma Kenya kwanza matevoi yo etho na kwati yo minister ba na silikali etho yaendie na andu angi yo etho ni wa Mutuse na akia nazia iwela ile ingi sio ndesio so wati Wewe na gano wata muambe na ithe tu mabazu twisabu akatatu no twitia akana yu chukila na ndo no ku advise tesi esobiane muno na muzimba na langi na mbaluka ndasobiane amo muno ndaketho first time one time MP kiuti nyondo no mu advise kana esobiane muno na ibela sio ndesi kwetu onagela jawa cha mwala kala metia nako ni tutethezwana mageti chuchake etho ndo tutethezwana mageti ila ingi kalilo na yumbe tina tibangite muno na ti more connected to no tutethezwana zaidi magathi mageti isu mekalila na ezu nione cha democracy ndo waikilala cha mundu ibela sio ndesi yetu pyo ginazima weta ono yes you nengetwa mutu wasu uketho we hotly contested ndo pena interest across the country waikibela cha mundu ndeto cia Mutuse cia kibuthia kwa yumbe cia babo mas ni tunaimanie na tunatabiwa na nenge nienda utabia Mutuse aya ni kibuthia ni cia ni twamunenga mathango ba mbunge asome mako impeach Gachagua niona nitonene bie muno lakini heshima ni important muno kesa thia ni adumu tusagwito masabale maingi ne kwithia twikala na heshima nako undu wa kusoma mathango tune undu no ithe twa decide no wa kusoma na tweza unengo muno undu chayo kiandike kitho cha somi wono anybody na therefore kusoma mathango utwikia ni utinde thini andu koguo nthe wa somie mathango let us now concentrate on delivering to the people.